studying your last two. I swim med when they turned in. The staring down to mute. And can learn the pole that sunk he died.
Depreciation and Capital Cost Allowance, or CCA, are two of the most important concepts in corporate tax, and understanding the difference between them is essential for preparing an accurate T2 return. At first, both concepts may seem to do the same thing. They both reduce the value of an asset over time, and they both affect profit in some way. But they belong to two completely different systems and serve two different purposes. Let's start with accounting. When a corporation purchases a capital asset, such as a delivery truck, the accountant does not expense the entire purchase immediately. Instead, the cost of the asset is spread over its useful life using depreciation. This depreciation expense appears on the income statement and reduces the corporation's accounting income. The purpose is to prepare accurate financial statements that fairly reflect the company's financial performance. Now, let's look at the tax side. The Canada Revenue Agency does not use accounting depreciation. Instead, the Income Tax Act provides its own system called Capital Cost Allowance, or CCA. Under this system, assets are grouped into CCA classes, and the allowable deduction is calculated according to tax rules rather than accounting standards. Although both systems deal with the same truck, they often produce different numbers because they follow different rules. That's why we say there is one asset, but two systems. The accounting system focuses on financial reporting for investors, lenders, and management. The tax system focuses on calculating taxable income according to the Income Tax Act. Neither system is wrong, they simply have different objectives. The most important rule to remember is this: depreciation belongs to accounting. Capital cost allowance belongs to tax. Never treat them as the same thing. This simple idea is the foundation for everything you'll learn about Schedule 1 and Schedule 8. Once you understand that accounting uses depreciation while the tax system uses CCA, the adjustments in the corporate tax return become much easier to understand. In the next slide, you'll see exactly how Schedule 1 connects these two systems by removing accounting depreciation and replacing it with the CCA deduction allowed for tax purposes. To understand how Schedule 1 works, think of it as a bridge between the accounting records and the tax rules. Let's walk through the process step by step. The journey begins with the corporation's financial statements. The income statement includes a depreciation expense that was calculated using accounting standards. For example, suppose the depreciation expense for the year is $20,000. This expense reduces the corporation's accounting income, which is exactly what accounting standards require. However, when we begin preparing the corporate tax return, we can no longer rely on accounting depreciation because the Income Tax Act does not allow depreciation as a tax deduction. This is where Schedule 1 comes into the picture. The first adjustment on Schedule 1 is to add back the entire depreciation expense. In our example, the full $20,000 is added back to accounting income. This effectively removes the accounting depreciation from the tax calculation. At this stage, notice what has happened. We haven't claimed any deduction for the asset yet, we have simply removed the accounting expense because it isn't recognized for tax purposes. The next step takes us to Schedule 8. Instead of depreciation, Schedule 8 calculates the Capital Cost Allowance, or CCA, that is permitted under the Income Tax Act. Suppose the allowable CCA for the year is $15,000. Unlike depreciation, this amount is an approved tax deduction. The CCA deduction is then used to reduce taxable income. So the overall calculation is very simple. Start with accounting income. Add back the accounting depreciation using Schedule 1. Then deduct the allowable CC calculated on Schedule 8. The result is the corporation's taxable income. A common mistake made by beginners is trying to deduct depreciation directly on the tax return. That is never the correct approach. The tax system does not recognize accounting depreciation. It only recognizes the CC deduction calculated under the Income Tax Act. A simple formula can help you remember this process. Accounting income plus depreciation add back minus CCA deduction equals taxable income. Once this sequence becomes familiar, you'll understand how Schedule 1 and Schedule 8 work together to convert accounting income into taxable income, making one of the most important concepts in corporate tax much easier to follow. Before you finalize Schedule 1, it's important to follow a consistent review process to ensure that depreciation and capital cost allowance are handled correctly. Start by reviewing the corporation's financial statements. Your first objective is to identify the depreciation expense recorded on the income statement. Remember, this amount was calculated using accounting standards and is perfectly appropriate for financial reporting. Next, locate the depreciation expense in the general ledger and confirm that it has been recorded correctly. This is the amount that will eventually be added back on Schedule 1 because accounting depreciation is not deductible for tax purposes. Once the depreciation expense has been identified, move to Schedule 1 and verify that the full amount has been added back. This adjustment removes the accounting depreciation from the calculation of taxable income. Now shift your attention to Schedule 8. Schedule 8 is where the tax deduction for capital cost allowance is calculated. Review the CC classes assigned to each asset. Confirm the undepreciated capital cost balances, and ensure that the CC calculation has been completed correctly according to the Income Tax Act. After reviewing the calculation, confirm that the corporation is claiming the correct amount of CCA. Unlike depreciation, CCA is the deduction that the tax system actually allows. As you work through this process, ask yourself a few simple questions. Has depreciation been recorded in the financial statements? Has the full depreciation expense been added back on Schedule 1? Has Schedule 8 been completed correctly? Is the correct CC class being used for each asset? And finally, does the CC claimed agree with the supporting schedules and tax software? Keeping these questions in mind will help you avoid one of the most common errors made by beginners claiming depreciation instead of CCA. The relationship between these schedules is actually very simple. The accounting records calculate depreciation. Schedule 1 removes that depreciation by adding it back. Schedule 8 calculates the allowable capital cost allowance, and the CCA deduction is then used to determine the corporation's taxable income. A simple rule can help you remember the entire process. Accounting records depreciation. Schedule 1 adds it back. Schedule 8 calculates CCA. CCA, not depreciation, is the deduction allowed for tax purposes. If you remember this sequence, you'll have mastered one of the most important foundations of corporate tax preparation, and you'll be well prepared for the more advanced CEC topics that follow later in the course.